Here's a paradox that broke every rule in music. Bohemian Rhapsody didn't just challenge critics, it destroyed them. A title that was almost Mongolian, tape you could see through, and a music video that cost less than a used car. These are 25 weird facts about Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. And the bonus, let's just say the movie lied about everything. Plug in, this set's about to blow. Number 1. The song was originally titled Mongolian Rhapsody. Freddie Mercury's handwritten notes from 1974, discovered on British Midland Airways stationery, reveal he crossed out Mongolian and replaced it with Bohemian. This single word change transformed the entire meaning. Bohemian aligned perfectly with themes of existential questioning and nonconformity. One word made all the difference between a rhythmic title and an artistic masterpiece. At number 2. The band refused to name their masterpiece officially. When the record label demanded a proper title, Queen said absolutely not. This wasn't artistic pretension, it was strategic warfare against critics who'd savaged their previous work. They forced the world to identify it by symbols alone, making the ultimate rebellion become the ultimate marketing genius. The nameless album became their most famous work. Number 3. Brian May claims the tape was so overused you could literally see through it. After 180 overdubs and 8 generations of tape bouncing, May says he could hold the master tape up to the light and see straight through. While this is likely professional exaggeration, it perfectly captures how they pushed analog technology beyond its breaking point. The tape almost disintegrated in pursuit of perfection. Number 4. The iconic music video cost less than a decent used car. Shot in just 4 hours for between £3,000 to £5,000, this revolutionary video changed music history forever. They used early chroma key effects and finished it in a single afternoon at Elstree Studios. This rushed, low-budget afterthought accidentally invented modern music video promotion. The cheapest investment yielded the biggest returns. Number 5. Parts of the song came from something called the cowboy song. Mercury had been developing fragments since the late 1960s, with sections originating from this mysterious earlier piece. The song that seemed so revolutionary in 1975 had actually been gestating for nearly a decade. What became a mock opera started as a western. The evolution from cowboy to bohemian remains music's strangest transformation. Number 6. They recorded at 5 different studios because one couldn't handle it. Rockfield, Sarm East, Scorpio Sound, Wessex Sound, and Roundhouse all played host to this monster. No single studio had the capacity or equipment to realize Mercury's vision. The song was literally too big for any one location. They created a touring recording session before that was even a thing. Number 7. The band sang vocals 10 to 12 hours per day for weeks. Mercury, May, and Taylor stood in front of microphones half a day, every day, layering harmonies until their voices nearly gave out. Producer Roy Thomas Baker pushed them to physical exhaustion. The operatic section alone required endless repetition. Those soaring vocals came at the cost of destroyed vocal cords. Astonished. Number 8. They used a Chinese gong for dramatic effect. Among the conventional instruments, this ancient percussion piece created the song's most theatrical moments. The gong appears at crucial transitions, adding Eastern mysticism to Western opera. Nobody expected a 2,000-year-old Chinese instrument in a British rock song. This cultural collision became one of the song's signature sounds. Number 9. Brian May's guitar solo was recorded in just one take on one track. While vocals required 180 overdubs, May's iconic solo was captured in a single performance. He deliberately composed it as a counter-melody rather than repeating the main tune. His philosophy: fingers are predictable unless led by the brain. This restraint amid chaos created rock's most memorable solo. Number 10. The song has no chorus whatsoever. In an era of verse-chorus-verse structure, Bohemian Rhapsody completely abandoned this format. Instead, it moves through multiple distinct sections like a classical suite. Music executives called this commercial suicide. The lack of repetition should have made it unmemorable. Instead, everyone knows every single word. Hey, pretty wild so far, right? If you're enjoying this deep dive into rock's greatest enigma, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Because in a minute, we reveal how Mama Just Killed a Man might be about Mercury killing his old identity. Trust me, it only gets weirder from here. Number 11. Mama Just Killed a Man might be Mercury confessing to killing Farrokh Bulsara. The most accepted theory suggests this line represents Mercury killing his birth identity to become Freddie Mercury. The murder in the song is metaphorical, the death of his traditional Parsi upbringing. He was confessing to his mother about becoming someone she wouldn't recognize. The whole song becomes an identity crisis set to music. Number 12. Mercury never explained what the song meant, ever. Despite thousands of interviews and decades of questions, Mercury took the meaning to his grave. Band members confirm he deliberately kept it mysterious. When pressed, he'd simply say people should create their own meanings. This intentional ambiguity became the song's greatest strength. The mystery is the meaning. Number 13. Scaramouche is actually a cowardly clown character. This Italian commedia dell'arte figure represents a foolish but resourceful character who talks big but runs from fights. Mercury included this obscure theatrical reference in a rock song. The fandango dancing Scaramouche might represent Mercury's flamboyant new persona. Classical Italian theater crashed into 1970s rock. Nobody saw that coming. Number 14. Bismillah is an Islamic phrase meaning, "in the name of God." This Arabic invocation appears in a British rock opera sung by a Parsi artist. Mercury's Zoroastrian background meeting Islamic phrases meeting Italian opera. The cultural collision was intentional and unprecedented. Religious invocations in rock music? In 1975? That was absolutely unheard of. Number 15. The song was considered too long for radio at 5 minutes 55 seconds. Radio stations had a strict 3-minute rule and EMI executives wanted it cut in half. DJ Kenny Everett broke protocol by playing it 14 times in 2 days. He literally forced it onto the airwaves through repetition. One rebellious DJ changed radio forever. Number 16. They used 8th-generation tape copies by the end. Each generation of copying degrades sound quality significantly. By the 8th generation, the tape should have been unusable static. Instead, this degradation created the song's unique, ethereal texture. Technical limitation became artistic signature. The impossible sound came from pushing past possibility. Number 17. The operatic section names Galileo 5 times for no explained reason. The famous astronomer appears repeatedly without context. Was it about challenging authority like Galileo challenged the church? Was it just because Mercury liked how it sounded? Band members don't know. Even they were confused. Galileo remains the song's most random repeated word. Number 18. Wayne's World made it hit number 2 in America in 1992. 17 years after release, Mike Myers' headbanging scene sent this old song back up the charts. It peaked higher than its original 1976 release. A comedy movie accomplished what decades of rock radio couldn't. The song found new life through deliberate silliness. Number 19. The hard rock section was almost cut entirely. Producer Roy Thomas Baker initially thought the heavy guitar section disrupted the flow. The band fought to keep it, arguing it represented the anger stage of the narrative. Without this section, there's no headbanging moment. Imagine Bohemian Rhapsody without So You Think You Can Stone Me and Spit in My Eye? Number 20. It's officially the most streamed song from the 20th century. As of 2018, it surpassed 1.6 billion streams globally. A song recorded on analog tape dominates digital platforms. It beats every other song from 1900 to 1999. 6 minutes of 1975 weird beats everything else from an entire century. The past's future wins the present. But wait, before we hit the bonus fact that exposes how the movie completely fabricated history, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We drop new music mysteries every week, and next week we're covering the dark truth behind Hotel California. You won't want to miss what we're uncovering next. Interesting one. The piano was a C. Bechstein concert grand worth more than most houses. This German masterpiece from the 1800s provided the song's distinctive piano tone. The same model was used by Liszt and Debussy. They recorded rock and roll on classical royalty. The instrument alone cost more than their entire video budget. Number 22. Mercury wrote parts while seated at a piano he couldn't actually play well. Despite being the pianist on the recording, Mercury wasn't classically trained. He composed by feel rather than theory. The operatic sections were written by someone who couldn't read music properly. Musical genius doesn't require musical education. Raw talent defeated formal training. Number 23. The first time the band heard it complete was in a car. After weeks of recording fragments, they first experienced the full song in a vehicle outside the studio. Roger Taylor said they sat in stunned silence afterward. They didn't know if they'd created genius or disaster. The car stereo revealed what studio monitors couldn't. Number 24. Record executives wanted to release You're My Best Friend instead. The label considered Bohemian Rhapsody commercial suicide and pushed hard for the safer choice. John Reid had to fight EMI to release it as a single. The song that defined Queen almost never saw daylight. Corporate wanted ordinary. The band demanded extraordinary. Number 25. The promo video accidentally invented MTV 6 years early. Before this, bands promoted songs by touring. The video's success proved visual content could sell music. Record labels suddenly needed video departments. MTV launched in 1981 based on this proof of concept. A 4-hour, 3,500-pound experiment created a billion-dollar industry. Queen accidentally invented music television? Bonus fact: the 2018 movie Bohemian Rhapsody got almost every historical fact wrong. Mercury wasn't diagnosed with HIV until 1987, not before Live Aid in The band never broke up before Live Aid. They'd released an album the year before. Paul Printer wasn't the villain portrayed. Mercury didn't meet Mary Austin the night he joined Queen. Hollywood rewrote history for drama, and millions believed it. The film's emotional truth defeated actual truth. Sometimes the legend becomes fact, and the fact becomes footnote. If Bohemian Rhapsody shaped your taste, changed your life, or just gave you something to headbang to in traffic, drop a like and subscribe for more untold stories from music history. Tell us in the comments which fact shocked you most. Was it the see-through tape or Mongolian Rhapsody? Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the best art comes from breaking every single rule.